evening out there, and Happy New Year 2023 to all members who are here in Kenya, as the local members, and to them who are international members out there. Planet Coolers, as it has been written in the books of reality, that everything at its own time, and in this time we have reached a time whereby now we should be carrying out the mandate of the administrative part of the project. We have been in preparation for a couple of 1 year, and in this case and in this junction, I would like to say thank you so much, International Project Manager and Relations for the Mark James in the USA, our African Relation Manager dealing with agroforestry and empowering women, African women through agroforestry, Deborah Rozansky. I also want to thank our project manager in Sweden, Pia Gottson. And I also want to thank everyone out there from across the globe who is a great member and of our restoration journey campaign. I'll go straight to the points very fast, because I want to acknowledge our potential partners, that is Plant for the Planet. In this case, I want to acknowledge the presence of Samantha Devalos, who has been very helpful in terms of making sure that our project will be live at the platforms of Plant for the Planet. I also want to thank the restoration manager here in Kenya, Dr. Caxton, for the advices and information that he has been in a position to tutor me as the project manager of this project back here at the grassroots. And I think this is now the year that we should now make sure that our objectives are put into place. Because remember, for one case, ours is that we have realized that the planet, and in this case I mean nature, is calling. And nature is calling because of the destructions of the past. And it is now our main agenda and main objective to make sure that we restore back the ecosystems, just like they were 30 or 40 years back. The whole global field is experiencing climate change, which is also a threat to human as a species, also a threat to animals and plant species. And it is our great concern that we be part of the restoration campaign, in fact through the UN Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, in the presence that we want to make sure that we rehabilitate to resilience to climate change and global warming, a challenge that is really threatening humanity. I think ours and our mission is very simple. Ours is to protect, to grow, to plant and to cultivate trees, so that we can be able to promote the way we can mitigate our climate change. In this case, Planet Coolers restaurants would love to be growing 300,000 trees annually. So we basically mean we are targeting planting down 5 million trees by the year 2030. And in this case, ours will be a balanced ecosystem. In this we mean we've gone for spaces that don't tamper with our water system or our water table, spaces that are not invasive to the environment and to human as well. So we've really considered these things into place, and in addition, we would like to make sure that we have a balanced nutritional society. And in this I mean we've introduced the growing down of fruit trees, different fruit trees that are native to Kenya. We're also working on planting native trees that are native to Kenya, and also the other part of it is the fast growing trees that are also not university. I think I'm now at the right stages of forwarding the last 2 or 3 questions that our potential partners have been asking for. And I've really done a great job, and I thank all of them who've been supportive materially, and others have spent their money to this cause, that we are headed somewhere. And now the journey begins. I will make sure that I end up with Samantha today, and I will post this video out to you on our YouTube channel, so that you can be in a position to see and have it on record. This year, I'm expected to forward back or to file the project returns, which in fact should be filed before the end of this January, and promisingly I'll be in a position to do that before the course of the week. I also need to go to Joro, the sub-county, to make sure that we sit down with the CDF and also the people involved in local governance, so that we can also be in a position to at least have some potential, maybe sponsorship from the county government in terms of being partners with them in growing trees. I have a bigger, broader dream in mind, that I also, being an animal activist, I also have a lot of concern with Lake Nakuru National Park. And in this case, I would like to introduce one of a very unique kind of a formula to curb the animal-wildlife conflict. And in this case, I would like to address the issue of growing apple mangoes inside the park. We need to have an apple forest for the baboons, so that we can be in a position to curb the animal-human conflict that has always been affecting Lake Nakuru. I also want to make sure that we restore back the 2 rivers that have been flowing from the Great Mau East Forest. And these 2 rivers are very important. For instance, River Ndarugu, which flows from Joro to Lake Nakuru, brings on some water points, fresh water points for the millions of animals who live in the park. We also need to revive the downward river there called Ndarit, because at the end of the day, we would also want to benefit the animals at large. Lastly, in every gospel, there should be a tune. And in my case, I'm a very good football coach, as you well know. And I'll make sure that I have one of the very best football team down here, that we shall be nurturing and tapping talents, and they will be spreading our gospel through the kind of activity, football activity, of who we are and what we do and what we would like to encourage the community at large, because we need to give people information that there is the importance of having trees across this globe. Once we destroy trees, it's like we are cutting down our ranks, and once again we are unfair to nature. Mother Nature has got a lot of ways of fighting back. She has a lot of ways to do her own revenge. And lastly, when we have good prospects on the team, I know I have great friends out there who can really look for the way that we can expand, or we can have some great exposures to good talents down here in football. And this is my future plan that will be coming our way once we start. So thank you so much. Have a blessed year, and God bless you all. This is me, Michael.